Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Uncle Major, your favorite uncle, even if you didn't know that yet. No pun intended. In this video I'll be showing where to farm the Pickaxe, which is a very peculiar grey hammer that you can get in Elden Ring. First I'll be showing the best spot to farm this weapon, then I'll be showing another spot that is more suitable for new characters and provide some tips how to make the process easier. And finally I will talk a bit about the weapon itself. Even if you are an experienced player in Elden Ring, you might discover some interesting stuff about it. To farm this weapon, you obviously need to know what enemies drop it, but the only ones that can do that are the miners that will then. That's important because there's also another type of miners called glintstone miners, also known as sorcerer miners, that are armed with the digger staff. If you put 2 and 2 together, you know what these guys drop instead. So the best spot to farm the Pickaxe, if your character level is somewhere in the middle game level, is from the Ruin-Strewn Precipice side of grace, located here on the map. From the side of grace, you are going back into the tunnels southeast instead of taking the lift up. There are 6 miners in this area, one right away to the left as soon as you reach this open room. After this guy, there are 3 more to the east towards another tunnel. Ignore the vulgar militia on the small room on the right side because they won't do anything for now. After these 3 miners were dispatched, go up the stairs in the middle of the room and don't go any further from where it ends. Kill the 2 miners that are just chilling there and pay attention if they drop something. If they didn't, then just run back to the side of grace and repeat the process until you get the Pickaxe. But if one of them happens to drop something, quick loot their corpses and run back to the side of grace because there is a visible trigger in this wooden platform that makes all vulgar militias in the area aggro on you. I highly recommend you to simply ignore them because they're just to distract you from the farming. This is a very simple and straightforward farming route. And for the fact there is a side of grace nearby, consumables that boost item discover are quite effective here. Even if you are going to farm with a mid-high Rune Level character, you might want to watch the next chapter that covers farming methods for low-level characters, because I will talk about the miners' strength and weaknesses and give some tips on how to dispatch them more efficiently. To farm a Pickaxe with a fresh created character, the location will be other. That is the Limgrave Tunnel located here on the map. There are 2 spots to farm inside this place. If you are going to use any consumable that boosts item discover, then start from the side of grace and go to the next area. There are 5 miners there, 3 on the wooden catwalk and 2 on the ground level. Start dispatching the miners on the catwalk, and after that, go down and kill the miner on a cove on the wall and another one resting near some crates. After checking for loot, run back to the side of grace and repeat until you get the Pickaxe. But if you're not going to use a consumable to boost item discover, then go deep into the tunnels until you reach the first lift where you must jump off from it to continue progress through this dungeon. This area also have 5 miners, but they are much closer to one another. Kill the first one right in front of you, then check the other miner to the right side. After that, go to the left and kill the 3 remaining miners. Once the deed is done, what you're going to do next is... well, let me say in a way that won't trigger your tube. You're going to close the book of life of your character by jumping into the lift shaft. Choose to respawn at the State America and you will be taken to the same area that you just cleaned. Repeat until you get what you want. Don't forget to recover the runes on each run. Now I'm going to recommend a few things that you can do to make the farming session easier. The miners have stone skin or something like that. They're not totally made of stone because they can bleed. Because of their armadillo-like skin, they are really resistant to physical damage. Attack them with a melee weapon using only one hand is highly unadvised because your character will recoil like a nude-armed virgin when the miners get hit. That means you need to attack them while two-handling a weapon. Also, the most efficient physical damage against them is strike, and the resistance is not great against elemental damage either, especially fire. So let's take advantage of that. I came up with 3 different items loadout on how to deal with the miners faster. One focused on melee, another one on sorceries, and the last one on incantations. If you started with Astrologer or Prisoner, you can rush to the farming spot because both sorceries that comes with them are really effective against the miners. I found out that using sorcery is the most efficient way to dispatch them. But if for some reason you want to use this method on a different class, you are going to need a sorcery, a staff to cast it, and 10 points in intelligence. To get a sorcery, go to the waypoint Ruin Cellar. There you need to defeat a Mad Pumpkin Head boss. Once that is done, open the door to the next room to find Selen and talk to her. Buy a glintstone pebble for 1000 runes. The staff is pretty close to this location. Down the road of the Waypoint Ruins there is a giant ruin blocking the road. On the east side of this ruin there is a lonely noble that always drops a glintstone staff when killed for the first time. Then reach 10 points intelligence to be able to use both sorcery and staff. Apart from the astrologer and prisoner, warrior and ranch also don't need to spend a single attribute point because they both have at least 10 points. Now if you started with Prophet or Confessor classes, you can use Catch Flame against the miners. Prophet starts with this incantation but not Confessor. To get it, you need to purchase from Brother Curran in a round table hold for 600 runes. To be teleported by Melina over there, you need to reach any area of the game that isn't Limgrave or Weeping Peninsula. The easiest way to do it is by reaching Kaylee to the east. Once you see the any side of grace of this region, she will show up and take you there. If you wanted to use this method with another class, you need to, apart from the Catch Flame that we just checked, buy the Finger Seal from the twin Maiden husks that are located inside the round table hole. It will cost you 800 runes. And to use this seal, you need 10 points in Faith, something that only the Wretch has from the start, apart from the Confessor and Prophet of course. Fire is definitely the most efficient damage against the miners, but the small disadvantage here is that Catch Flame is a melee range incantation. I tried Flame Sling but the casting is so slow and the range is not that great that it requires you to free aim all the time that it's just better using Catch Flame. And finally, the method that works for all classes without the need to level a single attribute point is using a melee weapon that uses strike damage imbued with elemental damage. So, what you're going to need is a strike weapon, an Ash of War, and a whetstone knife to apply Ashes of War on your weapon. There are two options for weapons. The first one is the mace, that you can buy from the twin Maiden husks at the round table hold for 800 runes. The second option is the club, which is sold by a nomadic merchant located near the coastal cave in Limgrave. He sells it for 600 runes. If it happens for your character to be a millennial, aka don't have money, you can easily get some by pillaging some graves on these spots in Limgrave. Disrespectful stuff, I know. But hey, I'm trying to help a fellow millennial here. Between I stock mace and club, the mace deals more damage early in game, so I'm more inclined to recommend this weapon. Next, go to the Gatefront Ruin side of Grace to grab the whetstone knife. From the side of Grace, go towards the ruins on the right side of the road and look for a stairs that leads to a small underground room. Inside the room, there's a chest with the whetstone knife. Next, it's time to grab an Ash of War for your weapon. Go to the Third Church of America, located here on the map. From the church, go north and not very far from it, you'll find a scarab in the middle of the road that, once killed, will give you the Sacred Blade Ash of War. I chose this one because it's easy to get and not only deals elemental damage, but also buffs your weapon with it when used. With only these 3 items, you're ready to start your farming session. It is up to you which one of these 3 loadouts you prefer. And finally, about the pickaxe itself. You can check the basic info about it on the card being shown right now on the screen, so pause if you need to. 2 things really stand out. First, it being the only grey hammer that deals pierce damage, and it is the solely type of damage it deals. Second is something that I didn't even know before making this video, and that is that you cannot power stance the pickaxe with other great hammers. Huh? Yeah, you can power stance with 2 pickaxes, but for some reason, unknown to mankind, you cannot do it with weapons of the same class. And the weirdness doesn't stop there, because although it doesn't work with great hammers, you can power stance with great axes. Huh? I don't know if it's a bug where the pickaxe was set to the wrong class, or if it is just that the great axes moveset fits better, but that's how it works in game. That is all for this video, nephews. I hope it has proven useful to you. If it did, please consider leaving a like and maybe even a subscription to help your favorite uncle's channel. And don't worry kids, no pun intended. You should also check other farming and build videos that I made for Elden Ring. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on my other videos. Take care, nephews.